In the cut gaming, welcome back everybody to a brand new story time here with your host. You already know it's good, but today everybody, I'm gonna be talking about one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. Actually, not really that embarrassing, but more of like embarrassing from my high school life, right? So it all started off, let's see, it was the year 2012. Yeah, it was around the year 2012. I was a sophomore in high school. So you guys know, like the first 2 years of high school, it's more of just like I feel like you're just experimenting, you know. It's like you're getting older, you're getting close to 18, you know. A lot of people are starting to lose their virginity, a lot of people are starting to try out drugs, and you know, people are really just exploring themselves. So this was the time when edibles was like something new for me. I've always heard about people taking edibles and saying like, oh, it's like a great way to, you know, get high and like hide the smell. But oh hell no, bro, these fucking edibles, bro. If you guys are watching this right now, man, if you guys have never tried an edible, please be careful, because actually nowadays the edibles aren't even that strong as they used to be. Back in the day, man, like in the early, like again, you know, 2010, 11, 12, when people were first making their own edibles, bro, people were just, they're making them so strong, bro, that you had people passing out. Because I remember my freshman year too, I had a friend too that I remember she popped, you know, she ate an edible and then like she just like caked in class, right? Same with my other boy too, shout out LWJ, we're gaming last night too. He was telling me how like he ate an edible and then he was like fine for a little bit. All of a sudden that shit smacked him and then he just had to like leave school, right? So I'm like, rewind to the year of 2012. I was a sophomore in high school. I remember the day before that, me and a couple of my buddies were like, yo, let's cop some edibles, let's pop them shits during class. Like, fuck it, what's the worst that can happen, right? And in my head I'm like, all right, cool, I smoked a little bit of weed already, so I kind of know how it feels to be high. I'm like, you know what? It's actually gonna be really fun, you know, just being in class, just being hella lit, you know. I feel like the vibe was just gonna be there, you know. I'm like, nothing but good energy, good thoughts. Like, I was just gonna have a blast. So we ended up buying these edibles from a local plug, right? I remember in the morning, right? One of my boys went up to a car, you know, he gave him some cash. It was like, what, $5 brownie. And the way my school was set up was, instead of having periods, we had blocks. So instead of like a 60-minute period, we had an 80-minute block, and we had about 4 blocks a day. So about 4 80-minute classes, right? You got brunch and then lunch, etc., right? I was like, screw it, I'm gonna take this shit right in the morning. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, nah, I feel like I gotta eat something. I gotta throw something in my stomach before I eat this brownie. So I go to my first class, just thinking about it. I'm like, damn, bro, it's about to be hella lit. During lunch, I'm gonna take it. So during my 5th and 6th block, which is like 2 final classes of the day, I'm like, damn, I'm about to be super baked. So I'm just excited, man. I'm in a good ass mood. I think it was like 4 or 5 of us, right, that we all took a fucking brownie, right? Lunchtime comes, right? We all, you know, link up in the bathroom, because obviously that's where, you know, you buy your sack, you know, you buy whatever, right? I ended up getting my piece. Everybody got their piece, right? I think it was like 4 or 5 of us, I think, and we all just ate it. And I think I only ate just a little bit of lunch. Like, I wasn't even in the mood for eating, you know. Sometimes during like the morning, the beginning of your day, you're not really that hungry. Or at least me, you know. Once I eat breakfast, I'm just solid for a few hours. But keep in mind, I was about 110 pounds, 120. Like, I was short. I think I was like 5'5", and I was scrawny as shit. So I had no weight on me whatsoever. So, you know, I throw the brownie in my mouth. I start chewing on it, right? And I'm just like, damn, this is jam-packed with hella nugs, and the taste is so, like, it tastes so much like weed, which now that I think about it, a lot of edibles, they don't even taste like weed, you know? So I knew this one was gonna smack me across the face. That shit was gonna smack me like I just got a fresh cut.
Like your cut, G.
So I take this edible, right? And then we just go to, so we have this area called The Spot, right? Where we used to just hang out during high school. And it was like, we were deep, man. I think we're like 10, 15 deep. So we're just like hanging out, chilling. The bell rings and I'm still not feeling anything, you know? In my head, I'm like, okay, I'm going to feel something in like 15, 20 minutes. So I'm like, whatever. So I go to class, and this class was, it was French. I remember it was French 1, and I didn't give a shit about this class at all. And then, you know, I go to my seat, and what's funny is that the girl behind me, she had like a big ass yellow Crayola. You know, it's like one of those like piggy banks where you just throw like your coins in there. So it was like a big ass crayon. So I'm like, oh, can I see it? And I'm just kind of sitting down there, right? And I'm just looking at it, and I'm just trying to think. I'm like, okay, is it gonna hit me? In my head, I'm like, oh, this shit is not gonna hit me, bro. Boom. All of a sudden, I just get this weird feeling in my stomach. I'm like, oh shit, something's not right. Straight up, like, even in my head, I felt it in my stomach. It was just like my gut feeling, you know, telling me that something was not right. So slowly, I'm just like, oh my God, okay, it's starting to hit, and like slowly, I sit in front of the class, so the teacher was just walking back and forth, and I was just trying to get like a little, I don't know if it was like a little anxiety attack, or I think I was just tripping out. That's what it was, you know. It was my first time taking an edible, so obviously I'm gonna be tripping out just a little bit. I'm like, all right, cool. What I'm gonna go do is I'm gonna go to the bathroom, throw some water on my face just to refresh myself, and fuck it, let's enjoy it. I asked the teacher, let me hit the bathroom, right? And she's like, all right, cool. So I get up. As soon as I get up, I'm like, oh shit. I've never felt this high in my life. I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna be tough getting to the bathroom. This classroom was inside a building which was on the second floor, so the bathroom was downstairs. The moment I was going down the stairs, shit, bro, my vision was just so weird. Like, have you guys ever got lightheaded and you guys look around and you're just like, what the fuck? Everything looks so bright, so strange. That's exactly how I felt, but like times 10. So I'm going down the stairs. Every single step that I take down, I'm feeling it more. I'm feeling it more, bro. My heart starts pounding. Like, that shit just starts pounding hella hard. I'm like, this is what comes with, like, you know, smoking trees, taking edibles. Like, sometimes your heart is gonna race because you're kind of just tripping out, you know? You're just tripping yourself out. I get to the bathroom, right? And that's when it fucking, I look at my face and I swear my fucking face looks so pale. I was like, fuck, if I go back to the classroom, I'm definitely gonna get caught. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, fuck. So I'm just there, right? I'm slapping water on my face. I'm trying to figure out ways to maybe, like, should I throw it up or should I just wait it off in the bathroom and fuck my last classes? Like, I could just take a nap in the bathroom, which would have been a horrible idea. Thank God I didn't do that shit. In my head, I'm like, okay, I think I'm just gonna leave school. I think I'm just gonna walk home. Like, I didn't even have a car. I didn't want to, like, call my mom and tell her, like, oh, shit, I took an edible and I'm high as shit. This was a time that they didn't even know that I've even tried fucking weed before. So I'm just hella tripping out. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I was just thinking, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could just walk, like, halfway to my house, even though it's gonna be, like, an hour walk to my house. And I'm like, I could probably find, like, a little hidden spot and I could just, like, nap there, you know? But I'm like, nah, because then who knows what could happen, you know? What if I fucking, like, die in my sleep? I was just thinking about the worst case scenario. I was just like, okay, I'm like, damn, this is it. Like, in my head, I don't know why in my head I'm like, the cops are gonna come, everything. Bro, I was just tripping out so bad. All of a sudden, I feel like I got so high that, again, you guys, I was like 110 pounds, 120 pounds, scrawny as shit, barely anything in my stomach. And the edible is just smacking me more and more. And I'm like, holy shit, when am I gonna hit the top of this feeling? Like, I'm getting so fucking lit. Turns out, I got so fucking lit that I kind of, like, I don't know if I passed out. It's kind of a blur now that I think about it. But I think I, like, passed out just a little bit. I fell towards the wall a little bit. You got the sink in the front, and then towards, like, either your left or your right, there's always, like, a bunch of, like a blow dryer, you know, to, like, dry up your hands. I kind of fell towards it, right? And, like, my hands were kind of wet, so I slipped a little bit. I wasn't able to grab the wall, so I kind of, like, banged my head. It wasn't even that bad, though. I didn't even knock myself out. It was just, it was the fucking edible that was knocking me out. And I hit my head just a little bit. It was funny because one of my friends was actually in the bathroom. My boy was taking a dookie, and he comes out, and I'm just like, oh shit, trying to catch my balance and shit because I'm so fucking lit. And I was like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to take a nap on the floor. Whoever finds me, then hopefully they don't get scared and think I'm dead, you know, because I'm just high as fuck, high as a kite. So I'm kind of stumbling, and he's like, yo, bro, are you okay? And he kind of, like, he grabs me. He throws my arm, like, around him, right? And he's like, honestly, bro, I don't know what you did or anything, but I think I'm gonna have to take you so someone can help you because, bro, you don't look good at all. And in my head, I'm like, ah, shit. I couldn't really talk. I couldn't really open my eyes. Like, I was just so fucking blown, like, so blown that I swear I didn't give a shit about nothing. Like, my body was just shutting down on its own. It was going to sleep on its own. So what I do remember is, like, just walking, and then I remember he opens up the office, like, the office door, and then he just, like, sits me down in the fucking office. And I remember, like, as soon as he fucking let go of me, I just, oh fuck, I just, like, fell, face, arms, everything on the desk. Bop, I dropped dead. Oh shit. I dropped dead, right? And, like, I could just hear in the background, like, the lady was like, oh my god, like, is he okay? Like, what happened? Like, just telling the kid, and I could just hear in the background, like, oh, honestly, I don't know, like, I think he took something or blah blah blah. And then, like, the lady was just telling me, like, she's like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. I called 911, and in my head, I'm like, I'm so lit. I'm like, fuck. I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, fuck, do I have anything in my backpack, in my locker? You know, I know the cops are gonna come and they were gonna just, like, ask questions and shit. I slowly kind of look up, and I, like, my vision is still a little bit, like, it wasn't bad, but it's more of, like, you know, when you're super lightheaded, that's how it kind of looks like. So I was just high as fuck. I couldn't focus. I couldn't do nothing. I was just fucking slumped. That's what I was. It was slumped. But again, it was my first time. I was like 110, 120 pounds. I was so scrawny. So that shit smacked me across the face so fucking hard. And I just remember the first people I saw were the fucking cops. And I was like, fuck. And they were asking me like, oh, what class is he in? What locker does he have? And bro, like, I just know they were going to go through all my shit. Good thing I didn't have anything though. Some paramedics came in with like a stretcher, and one of them picks me up and puts me on it. I just took a nap. I kind of just took a nap a little bit. I just kind of closed my eyes and I was just so lit. I remember they were taking me through the stretcher, and in my head, the only thing that was going on, I was like, I hope like none of the fine girls see me. I'm like, that's gonna be so embarrassing. Like, how am I gonna explain that to the baddies? I was like, fuck. Good thing no one saw me though. It was just my friend too. Like, he was just there like sitting down in the office making sure I was cool. So when I was in the ambulance, they put me in the ambulance and started taking me to the hospital and shit. Good thing I got insurance, because that shit would have been stupid expensive. But yeah, the people were asking me like, oh, did you take like a pill? Did you do any drugs? I was like super zoned out, super lit. I was kind of more in my body, So I told them, I was like, oh, I just ate like a cannabis edible. It was like a brownie. It was just really potent, It was just really strong. I think the paramedic was just trying to scare me and shit, but he was just like, oh, good thing you didn't take more because you could have died, blah, blah, blah. But in my head, I'm just like, it's just weed, But at the same time, bro, edibles are they're a whole different drug. I don't give a damn what anyone says, bro. Edibles are not in the same level as cannabis. I don't care what anyone says, bro. When you eat a bomb, a fucking strong edible, it's way stronger than taking like 2-3 dabs. That's just in my opinion though, because I've dabbed before, and I got super baked, but it was a nice baked. There was a point where I couldn't even move. I got to the hospital, I remember, they they injected me with some shit, and I slowly started to sober down and shit. They extracted some blood. I remember the first person came through hella quick was my pop. Shout out my pop. So he came through and he was like hella tripping. And that's when I realized, I was like, fuck, that shit ain't even funny too, because for me it's a game, but hey, who knows if there was something else laced in that fucking brownie. I highly doubt it, but hey, who knows, right? Supposedly, according to the doctor, I mean, like, I should believe the doctor, but they're like, yeah, there was a little bit of something else in there, but I fucking doubt it. I think they were just telling me that shit just to kind of scare me off. But hey, at the same time, like I said, bro, who fucking knows, bro? Like, who knows what I ate that day? In my head, I'm like, I thought I was just gonna be like smoking a joint or something, I was just gonna be high. I didn't think I was just gonna be like fucking lifeless. I was like, what, 15 or 16 at the time. That was funny. I remember my mom came too. And then, she was just hella tripping too. So they like injected me with some shit. They extracted blood. They gave me like IV. I guess they were just trying to clean out my system. I got home and I remember I was super fucking baked. And my grandma was just there looking at me like just shaking her head. And he's like, pinche cabrón. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, God damn it. I was like, fuck, my fault. I didn't know. So I'm laying down. And it's funny because we had a dance that night. It was a community center dance. So you had all these bunch of high schools in the same county going to the same dance. Man, you know me, man. I love going to the dances because, bro, that's where you meet all the baddies from other schools, and then you get your grind on. It's cool. Back in the day when I was a freshman, bro, teachers didn't give a fuck. You could pretty much dry fuck on the wall. Like, dude, teachers did not give a shit. Nowadays, you guys gotta be fucking a foot apart. You can't be grinding on each other. But back in the day, man, that shit was lit. Shout out all the teachers that didn't give a fuck. And I do remember right before going to sleep, it was around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. And I remember that I saw cops in my living room too, and I'm guessing they were just questioning. They were probably just questioning my parents and shit, see if I had anything or anything like that, right? But I didn't have anything. During that time, if we smoked, we would buy a little 10 sack and we smoked the whole thing, and we'd be lit for 5 hours. I fell asleep from 1 to 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. I woke up to hella missed calls, hella text messages bro, are you okay? Yo, what the fuck happened? And I just I remember too, it was one of my friends too, he called me because I remember he took one too, and I called him, and him and his brother took one. That's the gas. I remember that too. Him and his brother took one too, and I think they left school too. That's how strong that shit was. They weren't feeling that good either. They just ditched school too. Oh, what's fucking funny? I forgot Toss was there. Toss ate one too. Because I remember it was two of my buddies and then it was Haas. Haas also took one too as well. So I hit him up and this was after the dance. They were already coming back. They were on the way back and I hit him up and I was like, yo, dude, I just fell asleep. I was so embarrassed because, I was like, fuck. But at the same time, it's nothing embarrassing, that shit smacked everybody. And Haas told me that shit hit him hella late in the day, at night. I'm like, bro. That shit was intense. That fucking high is intense as shit, bro. It's not even enjoyable. I should have taken it when I was at night, when I'm ready to go to sleep, because fuck no. I really did nap for 10 hours though, and I woke up still high as shit. I got up and then my parents, they made food and shit, and I just sat down. I was still high as shit, not gonna lie, but I was more of a normal high, I was I feel like I just smoked like a whole ass blunt to myself when I woke up. So imagine that shit. Fuck. So I sat down, and then my mom was like telling me that like the cops went through all my shit, through my backpack, through my locker. They didn't find nothing though, right? But they just said I got suspended or whatever. I was suspended for what? And then I guess they're just telling me like, oh, it's because like technically you did drugs at school. I was like, weed isn't a drug, mom. Got suspended, and you know, I was just at the crib for 2 days, and then when I went back to school, that shit happened, I believe, like on a Tuesday, and I went back to school on a Friday. No, that shit happened on a Wednesday. Yeah, and then I remember Thursday, Friday, I was off. I was on vacation. Cause every time I got suspended only like 2 times I think in my life, but every time I got suspended, but those both times that I got suspended, I took that shit as like vacation. I went back to school on Monday. I'm pretty sure my friends already knew what happened. They already knew the get down, you know, just because we're all together and shit. And then I just told them that I fucking hella like just caved. Cause I mean, technically I did. I just fell asleep. Like my body just shut down. For what reason? I don't know. That shit was just probably that strong. And no one ever asked me about it. It's just my boy too. The one that shout out him, he took me to the office and shit. He was telling me, he's like, damn bro, you good? What happened? I told him, I was like, honestly bro, I just took a fucking edible. And he told me, he's like, damn bro, you're like the 3rd person this year that I've seen passes out off an edible. And like, yeah bro, these fucking edibles are so strong. And you know, it's a bunch of like, think about it, little 14, 15-year-olds taking that shit. I'ma just imagine like people are just passing out left and right. Nothing bad is happening. It's just, it's so strong that you just, you know, your body just shuts down because it's so high. Which makes sense. But I remember that was my first experience, or my first edible ever. And I told myself I was never going to smoke ever again. Never going to take an edible, never again. And, you know, I got a little bit older during senior year. That's when I started chiefing it again. Yeah, I took like a 2-year break. That's hella gas. I took like a 2-year break. And then again, I've tried edibles recently, and these fuckers don't smack like they used to, bro. These edibles are weak. I've ate an edible before, like 500, supposedly like 500 milligrams. It's supposed to be like hella strong. So I've ate like half of it, and then nothing, and then I ate the other half, and then like I got like a little tiny head change, you know. And I've tried multiple edibles already. I've tried candies. I've tried all that shit. Nothing really smacks like that one fucking brownie, like those brownies back in the day, bro. Like swear to God, like 10 years ago, bro. That shit, those fuckers smack. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys ever had an experience like that. Because I know if you guys are around my age, you know, and you guys are mid-20s, pretty sure you guys had like some type of edible experience where that shit was not fun whatsoever. But yeah, that was the story of the time I passed out off an edible. Fucking at school. That shit was funny. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Make sure you guys drop a like, a comment, subscribe. Oh, and just so you guys know, man, the next video that I'm gonna be dropping is the time that we almost got shot. That shit's funny. We're at some house party. I was with 2 of my boys. One of them was just kind of kicking it off with some chick. Turns out that chick's boyfriend was like the owner of the house or whatever, and he was probably on drugs, drunk as fuck, and this guy wanted to like fucking shoot my boy. Probably shoot at us too, you know, just because we're all together. But stay tuned for that video. That one's gonna be hella funny. I do got a shitload of more story times to talk to you guys about, but I know you guys wanted to hear this one because this one was pretty interesting. I like this one. This one's definitely one to tell a lot of people that want to try edibles. But again, you know, edibles are they're just different. Back then, I feel like they just threw the fucking edible makers, bro. These fucking bakers, bro, they didn't care, bro. They packed as much fucking weed as they can, you know. And nowadays, you only got a couple, like maybe a little bit of milligrams and edibles and shit. But anyways, everybody, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe, click that bell so you guys get notified every time we upload. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want me to talk about any certain topic, because I do got a shitload of stories. But stay tuned, everybody. Hope you guys have a nice day.